Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Minecraft on Jevination Minecraft Server. Hope everybody's having a good day. Today's video is going to be a little bit different, guys. We are going to be going over updates that are coming to Skyblock, fixes that are coming to factions, and just a general server update rather than having content today. There will be content in the background, obviously, of me playing, but I want to talk about the future of the server because a lot of people want to know what's going on. So, let's go ahead and get started with today's video. Alright, let's fly around and take a look at everything while we talk. We're going to be talking about the factions, bug fixes, and stuff that's coming to the server. So first off, bug fixes. The most important one that we have been working on besides voting is silk spawners. Nobody besides the private group or the private rank could silk spawners, and there's a reason for that. So we were looking at the file command. And typically when you do permissions for a group, the group ahead of it inherits those permissions. So say if I had group 1 and group 2 would inherit permissions from group 1. Well, there's some kind of weird glitch with that right now, and all the groups were not inheriting from the private group. So only privates could do the silk spawners. So what we did was we went in and we manually added the permissions in for every single group. So now every rank that is purchasable on the server has the silk spawner fix. You should be able to silk any spawner you want. So that leads into the next thing, voting. Voting has been down for about 2 weeks now, and there's a reason for that. We are having an issue where you vote and it sends it to the website, but it doesn't send the information back. And so when you vote, you don't get your items. And we cannot figure out why it is not working. We're in talks with the dev of the plugin, trying to figure it out. It's not like we're not doing anything about it. We're just trying to figure out what's wrong so we can fix it. So voting and silk spawners are both fixed. Next up, let's talk about the world border. Factions needs a world border. And as of right now, we don't have one, but we are adding one. We have given you guys 10 days. So on August 3rd, we will be adding a world border. It's going to be 5K on each side of spawn. So 10K total on each side. Well, not on each side, but 10K total for the world. So it'll be 10,000 by 10,000. You'll be able to have time to move your stuff inside of the border. If it comes to the game and that day and you're not inside of that border, you will lose your items. Simple as that, because we have given you 10 days. I might extend the notice a little bit more just to give people a little bit of time, but I'm more than willing to do that. But I just don't want somebody to be like, well, I haven't been on here in a month, so that's not fair. Well, you should have been paying attention. The world border will go into effect on August 3rd, and it'll be about a limit of about 5,000 to 6,000 blocks on each side of spawn. So make sure you're within a negative or positive 5,000 range. Okay, now that the border is done, there has been an issue with F-top. F-top is what tells you who's the top faction. People have been placing hoppers down to increase that value. So we are going to be decreasing the values of hoppers. The faction's value should be based on many more other things rather than like hoppers that you have placed. Pretty sure the top faction right now has like 400 hoppers placed or something like that. That's ridiculous. That should not be happening. So hopper value for factions will be decreased, and the way that the top faction will be decided is most likely through power, things like that, and like your balance of money. So, making things like it should be on any others on factions. Next up, I want to talk about monthly events. I want to start hosting PvP events, drop parties. So we're going to be coming out with a calendar for each month that has scheduled events for you guys to play on. I want to start building this community up more and more and trying my best. And I want this to be a part of the whole thing. My YouTube channel, my Twitch. I want you guys to feel like you're a family. So factions and Skyblock will both have these calendars available. and I will let you guys know when those are out. So just a quick overview of everything. Silk spawners is fixed on every account. Oh, I still got one more thing. Silk spawners is fixed on every account. The world border will go into effect on 8.3. Hoppers are going to be decreased. There's going to be a new spawn soon. Monthly calendars are coming out with events for people to like have PvP tournaments and things like that. And lastly, let's talk about ranks. Ranks will be getting a buff. They'll be getting more items. They won't. The price will stay the same, but they'll be getting more items. You'll be getting more stuff in your kits when you do /kit and things like that. We wanted to buff these because we felt like you guys wasn't getting enough, and that the main reason for that is because when you start a server, it's really hard to sort of figure out what is good and what is bad at the time. So we had to let the server play out for a little bit, and now that we've seen that, we definitely want to increase what you get within your kits. If you've already purchased a kit, it'll already be upgraded, so next time you do /kit, it'll go into effect. So whenever we put all this stuff into effect that I'm talking about, we'll be making posts on the forum, so make sure you check out jevination.net so you know exactly when everything is coming out. So that's pretty much it for factions. Right now for factions, we're mainly working on bug fixes because I was like, I saw the line on the ground. I'm like, what in the world? Anyways, for factions, we're mainly working on bug fixes. Since we had just launched factions, we kind of wanted to wait to do any content updates and give Skyblock some attention. So now that factions is out, Skyblock is getting the attention, and then it's going to switch soon to, vice versa. So now that we have talked about factions, let's go ahead and talk about Skyblock. All right, guys, so we are now on Skyblock. Let's go ahead and talk about the new content that's going to be rolled out to Skyblock over the next couple of weeks to a month, I hope so. First off, let's talk about Vein Miner. That's right, everybody. I had mentioned this once before, but Vein Miner is coming to this server. The only thing is we are having trouble deciding on what blocks you should be able to use it on, and trying to just make it so it's not completely OP, setting like item durabilities and things like that. So Vein Miner is coming, though. We just need to get the correct, basically config it correctly so it's not like overused. So that's pretty exciting. I'm very excited for Vein Miner. You guys know me, I love me some Vein Miner. So that's going to be a lot of fun with my chunk challenge. Next up, we want to talk about generators. Generators were recently added under /buy. Go to Skyblock and go to the very end, generators. So what are generators? Generators are blocks that you place down in the world, and these blocks will generate that item. So it's like a diamond generator, a cobblestone generator. They cost real money, and you should be able to generate a certain item I think it's like a certain increment of time. It's not overpowered either, don't worry. Not gonna run around with 1,000 diamond blocks in an hour. It's gonna be a pretty lengthy amount of time for something like that. But that is now part of the game if you want to buy one. We thought it was something that would be a little fun to add. Next up is timed perks. We are thinking about adding something to a shop that will allow you to purchase timed perks like /fly. This will be for like, it could be for 30 minutes, it could be for an hour, or it could use something like your XP as fuel. We want to do something a little bit different like that. I don't really see a lot of servers that have timed perks, and I think that would be a lot of fun. Next up is, I have the idea to add a fly map into the game. So right now we have something sort of like warp PvP. I would want to add in like a warp fly. Basically what that's going to do is, if you have an elytra, you could go to that map and fly it and race the map. You would have a certain time at the end of the map, and the person with the fastest time would win an award, and we could switch maps because there's tons of dropper maps and things like that now. So there's tons of dropper maps and stuff like that now to where you guys could easily have new maps every month, which will be very awesome. Seems like it would be a lot of fun to do that as well. Next up, let's talk about kit PvP. So in the warp PvP section right now, you're just using... Whoa. Are there people in here fighting? Or is that... I don't see anybody in here. Let's try that again. Oh, you know what? I bet I can't see them, but I bet there's people in here fighting. Anyway, so Warp PvP is has been here ever since we started it. I think that's a glitch on my screen. I might need to relog. Anyways, let's keep talking while that does that. Anyways, so we want to be able to have a kit PvP system in that warp, essentially, because we think it would be fun, one, for you to be able to save your save types of items that are PvP friendly, and it'll help out with, you know, game contests and stuff that we want to bring to the to the system. So PvP kit PvP will be added to the PvP system. Next up, we have a bunch of enchants on the system as well, or in the game, and we want to update these, and as well we want to add more of them. So there's going to be more enchants added soon. I don't know how many, I don't have a list yet, but there will be more added, which is fantastic. Next up is shop, so /shop, if I can spell it right, /shop. Right now, we are not able to sell mob drops and different types of crop. We're going to be adding those shops in, as well as a new sell shop. So when you do /shop, you'll eventually be able to click a sell and then just drag items into it. That'll make it to where it's way easier to sell items in bulk, like cobblestone or, you know, whatever that you're selling, making it way easier for people to sell items. So now that that's done, let's talk about one of the main things that's coming to this, and that's quests. We're going to be doing monthly quests, and every time there's a new quest, you'll be able to earn a new custom item. These items will have lures to them, and eventually you will be able to combine those items to make like a super mega awesome item that has custom lore. Which will be awesome because I haven't really seen much of that, but I would love to be able to combine items together. So it'll be simply just completing the challenge that we set for you, whatever it may be. And so Skyblock is getting a lot of content. Factions is getting bug fixes. And we actually have an overall plan for the server as well. Besides just these two, we still want to add prison to the server. But we really want to get these two game modes like really solid before we add prison. But yeah, we've got lots of stuff coming, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this update video. Oh, by the way, I wanted to mention, I don't know if I mentioned this in the calendars, in the factions part or not. We're going to have monthly calendars for events and stuff like that as well. So lots of events coming to the server. We want to try to get you guys more active and have more fun in the server, because it's a fun place to play. It's like, you know, it's kid friendly, things like that. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. Thank you all for watching. This is iJevin. Peace out.